you guys, welcome back to my channel for another true crime video. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If you do enjoy this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a video. On November the 13th of 2022, 4 Idaho University students were stabbed to death in their home. If you have not seen my previous videos, I will link them down in the description below. The victims were Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves. 28-year-old Bryan Kohberger, who was studying criminology, was arrested and charged with all 4 murders. There were 2 surviving roommates, Dylan and Bethany, and there are many unanswered questions surrounding them. Dylan claims that she saw the intruder walk by her as she stood and stared out her bedroom door. She described the intruder as being tall, muscular, wearing a face mask, and having bushy eyebrows. Dylan claimed that she remained in a shock-like state until the next day. But many people still do not understand why they did not call 911 until late into the afternoon, and it does not make sense that he did not kill Dylan as well. And it wasn't even any of the surviving roommates that called 911, it was friends that they had called first. Now, it's already been discovered that Dylan and Bethany had been texting each other during the times that the murders occurred, but it is not known what they had been texting. There's currently a gag order on this case, so all of these questions will most likely be answered at trial. I'll tell you one thing though, the defense team is going to rip these girls apart, especially Dylan. Now, Bryan had wrote disturbing posts on an online forum back in 2011. He wrote that he was suffering from severe depersonalization and felt like there were demons mocking him in his head. He also wrote that he feels as if he has severe brain damage and does not feel any emotion. These are all signs of a sociopath. Bryan Kohberger's sister suspected that he may have had something to do with the murders when she saw him with latex gloves and knew that he owned a white Elantra. Bryan's defense team filed a motion to have the trial moved from Idaho, stating that there would be no chance for a fair trial. I have to kind of agree with them there, as this case is huge. However, this case has gone national, so I'm not too sure that they have a leg to stand on there. The home where the murders took place has been destroyed, and in my personal, very unprofessional opinion, I think that should have waited until after the trial. As far as we know, the knife sheath is the only piece of evidence that is linking Bryan Kohberger to the scene at this time, but once again, there is a gag order on this case. I'm pretty sure that there is a lot more evidence that we don't know about and won't hear about until trial. But there still are some strange facts that remain, including the fact that investigators found DNA of 3 other men that are not linked to Bryan Kohberger at the scene, 2 of which were found near the victims, and the 3rd on a glove found outside the home. In my personal opinion, I do believe that Kohberger committed this crime, but I do not believe that he acted alone. Kaylee and Xana were confirmed to have had defensive wounds, proving that they had fought back. Xana's defense wounds were said to have been so severe that her fingers were hanging off. Absolutely no way he could have done this alone with 4 separate victims on 2 different floors of the home. There also has to be some sort of DNA underneath the girls' fingernails, especially if they fought back, that we do not know about yet. I do not believe that the 2 surviving roommates did not hear anything. I mean, the victims were clearly fighting for their lives, and I can't imagine it would have been quiet. Kohberger was also said to have been wearing gloves and a Dickies jumpsuit, so the knife sheath might have been something that he accidentally touched before getting himself all suited up. The defense is trying to say that the state planted the knife sheath, but that's a far stretch in my personal opinion. They're also saying that the DNA was linked to Kohberger's father using touch DNA and therefore is not reliable. But when Kohberger was arrested, his cheek was swabbed, so I'm assuming that they've already verified his DNA. But the state remains confident that Kohberger is the only suspect, despite the fact that 3 additional males' DNAs were found at the scene. Again, take everything with a grain of salt, as there is a gag order on the case, and there is a very good chance that these 3 men were already ruled out. But of course, all of the details are expected to come out in trial, which does not appear to be happening anytime soon. I mean, the state is going to have some solid evidence to prove that Kohberger committed all 4 of these murders by himself. There's also been some rumors that the intended target was actually one of the surviving roommates, and this is all going back to the fact that in the beginning, the investigators were saying that they believed this was a targeted attack. Do you guys think there's a chance that they might have the wrong guy? Again, I believe Kohberger did commit these crimes, but I do not believe that he acted alone, and I believe that the surviving roommates know more than they are saying. But as always, I want to hear all of your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you guys think of this case? Do you think that they have the right person? Do you think that Kohberger acted alone? Or do you think that they have the wrong guy? You know, I always love to hear everything you have to say, and thank you guys so much for clicking on this video today. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy this type of content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss updates and videos just like this one. I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys in my next video.